Hello 4Ks, this is day 121 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. We have the game, we have the black pieces. Finally we have a game. My opponent just aborted the game, so this is the second game trying, and we have the exchange Caro-Kann with bishop to f4. Bishop f4 is not the main line, but okay, doesn't quite matter. Now bishop d3 is the way to play. Or c3, bishop g4 now. Now bishop d3. Okay, my opponent is playing this slightly weird with bishop being on e2. Now we can trade off the dark squared bishops. Knight e5 played, however, of course, we have to trade like this and just castle on the short side of the board. This will probably be the only game of the day because I don't have a lot of time, which is quite bad, unfortunate, but this is life, I guess. So a6 would b5 ideas, getting the knight to c4. Um, the knight also could go here. I could also play knight h5, but then simply bishop e3, I guess. So I like b5, knight a5, and knight c4. That's the main idea. Now that b3 was played, now b3 is now that a3 was played, excuse me. Now b3 square is also quite weak. It cannot be defended by any pawns, so it is actually an outpost that far on b3. So queen c2, not allowing the knight to get to b3, so simply knight c4, which was also our idea. So why not play it? And if it takes, we could take on f4, but I will just take here, I think. Taking with the rook is also fine, by the way. There is a major decision to be made. Takes with the rook or takes with the pawn. Both moves are very natural. So if we take with the pawn, then b2 is very weak. If we take with the rook, then simply this and maybe c4 would. I will take with the b pawn. It looks more logical to me. It is more natural to me. Bishop e5 I think just takes. Knight takes simply rook. Yes, be aware. Rook b8, knight c6. Yeah, so don't plunder the game away. Here then there is no knight d7 yet. We could play knight d7 actually, just trade off the knights as well and win the endgame. Why will we win the endgame? Well, we will win the endgame because b2 is so weak. That's pretty much it. We play rook b8. I guess he has some counterplay, but not enough. After queen b6, I think our position is much better, and we could also play queen to b3, maybe queen a2. Um, we could also just double up on the b file. Firstly, I mean triple up. Um, now queen a2 just wins. Here I just take. Um, what? But now you can just resign. I mean, now you lose all the pawns, and this is the idea of the Caro-Kann defense, to just win positionally. Um, h6 is definitely not a threat. I have a lot of checks there. Like takes, for example. After h6, I don't think it's that scary. Um, but I guess h6 can be played right away to prevent any ideas with pawn h6 by white. So now takes allows g4. Um, but do I have like any option not to do that? I don't think I have. Um, hold on. Now we have to be precise. He takes then g5. I guess we are still winning. I mean, rook takes is forced. Then we go check. Probably still winning. I mean, because queen takes is the best move there, but f6 and you resign. Um. Also, I win. If I don't get checkmated, I win. I have to take it, yeah? Yes, rook takes, I go check now. And I go here. That was my original idea, which I think king g2 just walks right into it. Yes, but now you can just resign. Okay, we win the game. I mean, we're up to pawns. This is the Caro-Kann defense, baby. Yes, you go here, so what? I go here and maybe Um, we need to be precise. We lose one of the pawns, but the endgame should still be completely winning. There is f5, king f7, which must say I like. e6 is weak, but the pawn on e4 is big asset we have in the position. I think just rook d8 here. Maybe, just maybe this is not winning, but it should be. We get behind the pawn, and we, I think, just win. Okay. g6, h6, be careful, I guess. Okay. I think e3, and now we have two passed pawns, which should be enough to win the game. e5, a7, king g5 was my calculation, and the assessment is I'm winning. Ay, ay, ay. Maybe I just blundered into a losing position. Takes rook g8, takes with the king rook h8. There is king g6, which wins the pawn. Who king g6, kind of tough move to spot, by the way. Rook g8. I just take here and defend. Wait, we have enough time. We have to win this. I think takes and rook e8 is the most challenging way to play, and I think it's a draw. Rook e8. Very bad if yes, rook e8 played. How did I manage not to win that? Takes is of course forced. I mean, this can be grinded out. For example, this move rook e8 just doesn't seem very natural. Now I'm up. I go to the third rank because the third rank defense is the best way to this is the field door of course. But now I'm getting some play here. This is probably the correct way of playing. Let me think for a second. Let's say check. Check. It's just a draw, yeah? Um how to grind out this one? I don't think I can do something. No, I think it's just a draw. Maybe I can do something, but this should be elementary draw. I mean, every player should be able to draw this. Um, yes, this is just equal now. No, there is nothing I can do. This is just a draw now. I thought I was getting somewhere, but I wasn't really. No, this is just a draw. Rook effect, king g5 is a threefold repetition. Okay, we drew the game. Um, but let's analyze it now. So this is the game review of the game I just played. I played with 93% accuracy. I was winning the whole game, but then I blundered it into a draw. So now that I have like maybe 10 minutes left, we will have a pretty extensive analysis. I don't have a time to play another game, but we will analyze this one pretty extensively. So e4 c6 was played, d4 and d5, the Caro-Kann defense. Now white has many options. You can play knight c3 and after takes, knight f6, takes and takes. The position is pretty equal. White could also here try to play e5. This is the most common and the most aggressive way to play. You're taking space, and after bishop f5, knight f3, e6, bishop e2, we get something like c5, bishop e3 takes, knight e7, and this is quite easy position to play with the black pieces. But c4 is the problem here. It's still pretty equal. Here, queen a4 only move. And now the best move is a6 takes and b5. Quite aggressive, but my opponent chooses to take the pawn, which is okay as well. Now bishop d3 is the main idea in the exchange Caro-Kann after knight c6, bishop f4, no, c3, excuse me, knight f6 and bishop f4, bishop g4 and queen b3 is the main setup for white here. After queen c8, knight g2, e6, knight f3, bishop e7, castles, and h3, bishop h5, rook e1. You play bishop g6. You are trying to trade off the bishops, and the position is pretty equal. You play a6, b5. You play knight a5. You play knight c4. You win the game. No, I'm just kidding. But after takes, my opponent didn't go with the main line with bishop d3. He played bishop f4. Nothing wrong with it. Definitely nothing wrong with it. I played knight c6, which is fine. After knight f3, knight f6, and c3, the position is just equal. After bishop g4, which is not the best move. What? Bishop f5 is better. Well, I like the bishop on g4. That's just the way of playing the position. I like the bishop on g4 and then go back to d3. I'm into g6 and then trade off with the bishop on g3. On d3, excuse me. And now, my opponent played bishop e2, e6, castles, and bishop e7. No, bishop d6, excuse me. I played bishop d6. And after the move knight e5, bishop e2, queen e2, simply castles was played. Rook e1 now. And the position is slightly better for black, as you can see from the evil bar. Rook c8 now. He played knight d2. I played a6. He played knight df3. I played b5, which is not the best move. I'm not sure why, because of a4. But what do I do if I don't play that? I simply play queen c7, and then I play like b4, b5 next. Okay, simply b5, a4 is the best response, but my opponent played a3, which is just a very bad move after knight a5, trying to get to b3, trying to get to c5. Queen c2 was played, and after knight c4, my opponent made a first mistake, which was to take the knight. Now, I was deciding whether or not to take with the rook, but I decided to take with the b pawn, which was correct. After bishop e5 takes, knight takes, I played the move knight e7, he took and I took. And the position is better for black. Why b2 is very weak. And here I was saying we will win the game. No, excuse me. He played h3 here, and I took. And after rook takes, after rook b8, I was also just announcing the win for for black. Well, b2 is so weak that I thought I will win the pawn, and then I will win all the pawns here, which is true. But white also has an idea to checkmate me on the king side somehow. So that's the main ideas for both sides. Rook e1, queen b6, rook b2, queen b3, queen here, and I played rook b8. And now after rook b7, after queen f4, just queen a2 just wins the pawns. h4 takes and takes. After h5, the best move is to play h6, which was nicely spotted. g4. Now queen takes on c3, g5, and simply h takes on g5 is still winning. Okay, rook takes, queen e1, and I traded the queens, which was winning. This is the endgame. After rook c5, I was decided to play f5, which was fine. King f7 still winning. And now rook d8 still winning, takes still winning, a4 still winning. Um, this position I knew it has to be winning, and now f4 wins easily. I played e3, which still wins after takes and takes. a2 goes back. Now I played the very bad move. I played e5. Not king e5. That would still be winning, by the way. I played e5, which is a draw after a7. King g5 and h6. Of course, now I only have one move to draw, which is king g6. and after takes and takes and rook e8, it's a draw. I spent too little time there. I mean, e5 is just big mistake. I should have played king g5, I guess. And after a7, just go to f4 and just push the pawn and win the game. I mean, h6 I can just take, yeah? No, wait, what? Why not? Oh, rook e8 again. But okay, rook e8, this is not holdable. I mean, this is a draw, but this is not holdable for white in a rapid game, excuse me. But this is not holdable. I win this every single time. So yes, after king g5, h6, we simply drew the game. I mean, there was nothing I could do. Here, I could probably try to fight on, but I played f4, which is automatically a draw. We could, I could probably give like this move maybe, and with the idea to, I mean, I don't know. This is just a Philidor position, which is just a draw. Um, and when I push the pawn like I did, then you simply go back and you check me like my opponent did here. He just checked me, and there was nothing I could possibly do here. Um, so the game ended in a draw here after threefold repetition was played, and I drew the game against a slightly higher rated opponent. I should have won it. Let's go full screen for outro of today's video. I was playing okay. Um, where is the head talking? Okay, I was playing okay. I was playing very nice. The middle game, not the end game. The middle game was very nicely played. I mean, the Caro-Kann is just unbelievable if you know all the ideas. But I just made one mistake in the end game, and it was just a draw. So I should have spent more time in the end game. But beside of that, I played pretty amazingly the whole game. I think I didn't make a single mistake, but to push the pawn to e5, then it was a draw. So I played very nice game. I didn't win any rating because the opponent wasn't really that strong that I would win a rating with a draw. But I played very nicely, so I think the game was pretty nicely fought by both of us, basically. So yes, if you have anything to tell me, please let me know in the comments below. I will be reading and answering all of your comments. And as always, if you like the video, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help me out. And see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.